What up, Dokkaners? We have another teaser for the upcoming 9th anniversary. A lot of people thought that we weren't going to be getting one, but we did. So we are going to take a look at this one. We are going to discuss what this could mean for the celebration. Now, we are getting this on the 18th of January, just 2 days before the fan meetup. So I don't think anybody was really expecting this, but if we take a look at the pattern now, it's just completely broken. Like, teaser 1 last year was January 6th, teaser 2 was January 13th, then the fan meetup was on the 20th, so it was about a week apart. Now we had a 5-day gap between the first 2 teasers, and then the second one is 8 days later, and then we've got the fan meetup soon after that. Actually, it's going to be the 20th for me because it's going to be at 9 p.m. So actually, I do need to update this. So it's actually more like 2 days, 2.5 days. So let's take a look at the teaser. I'm going to have to keep it muted because I will get copyright claimed. So if you want to watch it yourself, feel free. It's the Ultra Instinct like song that plays. So I obviously can't be playing that. So we are just going to be watching the Tournament of Power recap. Now this trailer is 55 seconds as opposed to the 30 seconds that we got for the previous 2. So could that mean that this is a bigger focus on what is going to be the celebration for 9-year anniversary? Possibly. Could this be that they simply wanted to give a little bit more production value, a little bit more attention to the 3rd and possible final teaser before the 9-year anniversary? That is also possible. So because we got this, it doesn't confirm anything per se, but it does adjust the conversation a little bit, and it kind of filters a few things down. So we will discuss what that could mean, but there you go. That is the trailer. Now there's nothing, it's just all the cool animations that we've had from the Tournament of Power. This got me so hyped. Like, watching this is so incredibly hyped for me because this is my favorite category and I absolutely love this. So what does this mean? Considering that the first teaser was the Battle of Gods, and considering that the second trailer was Resurrection F, right? So if you were of the mindset that we were going to be going through the sagas of Dragon Ball Super, this breaks that, because we don't cover Universe 6 versus Universe 7. We don't cover Future Saga. We don't cover, those are the 2 other arcs that we're missing. So why are we jumping from Battle of Gods and Resurrection F all the way to Tournament of Power? The only common denominator there would be the arrival of a new form. So you could think like maybe a Miraculous Awakening. It could be Realm of Gods or something like that. So I feel like this now effectively ends the conversation about a celebration being based on sagas. This still keeps in play, I think, the possibility of Tournament of Power. Tournament of Power being the 9th anniversary, I think, is still a reasonable guess based on this, based on the fact that they are giving 25 extra seconds to this final teaser as opposed to the first 2. This one's 32 seconds, this one's 30 seconds, this one's 55. So Tournament of Power is still very much in play. Now, one of the theories out there was the Ultra Instinct Goku and Beast Gohan, right? So what would that be? What would the common denominator be? Explosion of anger? Would it be explosion of anger? Ultra Instinct Goku didn't emerge from an explosion of anger. He emerged from an explosion. Miraculous Awakening? Probably a Miraculous Awakening, if you want to think of it that way. So that is still possible. But what I think is probably going to be the case now is everything that happens beyond the Tournament of Power. Everything that happens in Super that happens after the end of the Tournament of Power. And that is Dragon Ball Super Broly, Dragon Ball Super Superhero. That's about as far as you can go as far as establishing a common factor between the 2, because Gogeta isn't, I wouldn't consider a Gogeta Miraculous Awakening. I wouldn't consider Gogeta Explosion of Anger. I wouldn't consider Gohan, I mean, technically, actually, do you even consider Gohan Realm of Gods? You can't. I mean, technically you could, because of the whole like Elder Kai Unlock potential thing, but that wouldn't count, right? Like that doesn't count. So you can't do like God Key. God Key was one of the like fan favorite theories going into this whole thing. Like when we had just the Battle of Gods teaser, a lot of the conversation was God Key, right? God Key, God Key, God Key. If it's God Key, Beast Gohan doesn't quite cut that, right? So you can't really do that. So I think the only way to establish Dragon Ball Super Broly and Superhero together during a dual 9-year anniversary would be everything beyond the Tournament of Power. So how would you encapsulate that? Sagas from the movies? It's kind of a Legends thing. That could work. The movies beyond Super, they are still part of the Super franchise, but they're beyond the Super anime. Although I don't know if they would want to classify that, because then that would eventually lose its meaning once Dragon Ball Super comes back. Either they call it something different. Regardless, the movies are still Dragon Ball Super Broly, Dragon Ball Super Superhero, so that doesn't count. So I think it would just be movies beyond the Tournament of Power. I feel like that's about the only way that you could articulate how, like, fitting, or, you know, encapsulate fitting these two things in there. But hey, regardless, I would love this, and this is something that I have been saying for quite some time. So this definitely bolsters my theory even more. The fact that we have a third teaser now effectively means, let's say we were to follow the pattern of they teased something, therefore that has to be in the celebration, right? That no longer can apply because we only have a part 1 and part 2 in terms of summons, in terms of new units. So how are they going to fit a part 1 with Battle of Gods, part 2 with Resurrection F, and then incorporate Tournament of Power? Unless there's a part 3, which there never is, right? So if there's going to be a part 1, part 2 formula, one of these 3 teasers won't exactly give us units from that teaser. This is all, you know, based on some of the claims that people have said. There's no way we're going to get a third teaser because there has to be some sort of involvement with this first teaser and with the second teaser. So the fact that there are 3 now leads me to believe that this is very much a stepping stone sort of sequence of teasers that are basically leading to what is ultimately going to be the reveal. So in the end, the teasers won't have anything to do with the celebration. The teasers will have helped us reach that destination. Hope that makes sense. And that pretty much ends like half of the theories out there. And it really just leaves this. I don't really see anything else that it could be other than the Tournament of Power itself. The Tournament of Power itself has a lot of characters. As we saw during the 6-year anniversary, they could go back and do more with that if they want to include some non-Universe 7 characters as maybe like the Carnival LRs, maybe like Goku versus, I don't know, Kefla, Dokkan Festival Kefla, maybe, you know, Ultra Instinct Goku versus Dokkan Festival Kefla. Maybe part 2 could be, I don't know, Gohan and Piccolo. It'd be weird, but, you know, something like Gohan and Piccolo versus, no way they're gonna make Sal, Nell, and Purina a Dokkan Festival LR. I don't know, like Aniraza, I don't know, something, you know? So they could do that. There is an ample supply of Tournament of Power characters, but I just don't think it's gonna be that. Like, this just makes the most sense. Neither one of these, in my opinion, can stand alone as its own celebration for part 1 and part 2. I feel like if you really, really wanted to, you could. But if you think about it, who else is there besides Gogeta and Broly in Dragon Ball Super Broly? Frieza, Golden Frieza. Is that really why you're tuning into Dragon Ball Super Broly, to use the Frieza? Nah, that's not it. It's these 2 main characters. And for Superhero, no Goku and Vegeta. There's no involvement by them. They're in their own little world. It's Gohan, it's Piccolo. You could argue Superhero has more. Like, you could just have the celebration be for Superhero. That would work. In terms of extreme units, however, neither one of these would really work. I guess, ironically enough, Dragon Ball Super Broly would give you more. Dragon Ball Super Broly would give you Paragus. No way that's a Dokkan Festival LR, an Anniversary LR. Frieza, sure, you could throw Frieza in there, and Broly. And then for Superhero, the only villain would be Cell Max. Gammas aren't bad guys. Unless you want to make Carmine a Dokkan Festival LR. Maybe Carmine revives into Cell Max or something. Sure. I just feel like in general, these 2 function better as a part 1, part 2 tandem than having a full celebration be just on one. We already had a Superhero, you know, fragmented celebration all throughout last year. So this just seems like the perfect opportunity. They've set it up perfectly to send us home. This theory is no longer applicable because Broly is not in teaser 3. So I can cancel that. I can say goodbye to that one. And this one still technically works. It's the forms beyond Realm of God. Maybe it's beyond Realm of God. No, this is still Realm of Gods. I don't know. Yeah, it could still be this. However they would classify Ultra Instinct Goku and Beast Gohan together, this is still in play because we do see like the forms. I did say when I made this video, right? I did say that if it's not necessarily going to be like the forms after Blue and before Ultra Instinct, they could throw Ultra Instinct into Teaser 3 and then make Teaser 4 Beast Gohan. Or that could just be ultimately the reveal, right? Where'd my music go? The music stopped. Anyway, so that could still happen. That could still happen. So it's either Dragon Ball Super Broly and Superhero, or it's just Superhero. One of those two. I am convinced it's one of these two. Forget Tournament of Power. No, it's not Tournament of Power. It is going to be these two or just this, and I would be totally down for that. Again, don't forget the JP fan meetup that happened last year is also going to be happening again this year on the 20th of January at 9 p.m. I believe. I will schedule out a stream for obviously we're going to be watching this and we'll be reacting to it together. So make sure you guys check that out. But otherwise, let me know what you guys think about this. This is the third and probably final teaser, so there's nothing else that's going to be coming up. So at this point, make your final guesses, entrench yourselves in your own views and opinions, and let's see who ultimately ends up being right and who ends up being Toon. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on this new teaser. Are you shocked that they dropped a third teaser? Are you now understanding why I say don't let Dokkan, or Dokkan will never let you guess their next move? They are out to troll. That is all they care about, trolling you. So let me know what you think about this this new teaser. What does this make you think for the anniversary? Do you think that Superhero and Dragon Ball Super Broly both make sense, or would it just be one or the other, or is it none of it? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you'll let you know when I see more of my stuff. Thanks again. Stay tuned and I was to Dokkan responsibly.